Actually, it looks like they're starting, so let's actually just hop right into that.
Let's do it. All right, so straight out the gate, I don't see anything particularly surprising on the equipment. Looks like pretty standard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the one thing to keep in note, I know a lot of people are hyped about the card Shatter because it breaks equipment and you can stop OTK, Viserai, and stuff like that. However, it's only with two-handed weapons. So unfortunately, Kassai under this strategy does not have access to it.
So it looks like Josh is opening up with a Driving Blade Blue into a Centauri Saber, 3 or 4 with Go Again.
Right. This looks like a kind of like a mulligan play and kind of filter the hand a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
not really trying to do anything super spicy. Although the next swing is free with Kasai, so if he had like an into the swing in one card in his hand, and then he could arsenal the last card,
Yep.
get a little bit of copper and a little bit of damage. Seems good.
Yep, not bad. Not a bad opening play at all.
Maybe when Viserai blocks, we'll be able to kind of get an idea on what his strategy is going to be. Now, the one thing is with the Centauri Sabers and getting the buff from attack actions, fortunately for Viscera, half of his deck is probably non-attacks. And they actually block really well because you have like Oath of the Arknight, Rattlebones, cards like that. They still block for 3.
That is definitely the card that you want to see if you are deciding to block these.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So consuming Volition straight off the top would tend to lead toward a tempo build. It's definitely a tempo build.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I've actually never used that card. Drawn to the Dark Dimension. Cost 2, attacks for 3, and cost 1 less for each rune chant you own, and draw a card.
Ooh, opening up with
Seems
Sigil. Not bad, not bad.
that's what you want.
Yep.
And got a little copper. Seems like the turn you want.
Yep, that's a very good turn 1 for sure.
But just off of those two, I think we can pretty much settle on Viserai going for a tempo-oriented playstyle for this one at least. So now, oh man, but you never turn down a Mordred, right?
Mm-mm.
So he's
Yep.
activating Grass. That's going to trigger 2 rune chants instead of 1. Seems like good value. And my favorite thing about playing Viserai, right? So obviously his deck is oriented toward the tempo,
Mm-hmm.
but you just get a Mordred Tide and make some rune chants, and it's just like, well, I could always pause here and just get a Sonata, right?
Yep.
And you could do that strategy. So this is one of the new cards, Swarming Gloomveil. It's a 3-tier effect, 1 for every aura you've created this turn, which rune chant is considered a token aura. And under the 2 that it's created, it gains +1 and Go Again.
And this counts off of the rune chant that was made on the back end, correct?
Yes, during the combat chain, it's always checking until it resolves. So currently, it would look back and see 4 because it made 4 off of the grasp. So the last effect on Swarming Gloomveil is if the attack hits, so if any of the physical damage goes through in the damage calculation step, all arcane damage is unblockable. So if he comes in, like he has 1 floating, right? So he's probably going to swing with Rosetta, the 2 arcane damage would be blockable, along with the rune chant that are behind.
It looks like the on hit isn't too big of a deal, considering that Josh has elected not really to bring any efficient arcane blocking armor.
Right.
So there it is, coming in with 2, 2, and 2.
Mm-hmm. So he's definitely going to take all the arcane, more than likely, because yeah, he's not even low enough for skull cap, so he has to take another 2 in arcane, go down to 17, and then now it's up to him to block the 2 physical. And that just comes down to, I guess, is there a dead card in his hand that he doesn't really need?
Hmm.
Just depends.
Looks like he's electing to use the Arcanite Skullcap to block there, thinking that he's not going to be on lower life for a bit.
Right, that's just basically saying, yep, you're about to lose some life, and
Yeah.
that's it. Okay, so he pitched his specialization just because it's just way too early
Yep.
for it.
Not ready.
Yeah, you'll just come around to the second one, so definitely a not a concern there at all.
2 or 3. No go again currently. Definitely a
Sounds like a
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner.
Yep, Blade Runner in
Yeah,
hand.
that's it. And the reason that the deck works so well is it doesn't even matter on the pitch because the second swing is free.
Yep.
And the best part is Blade Runner adds damage to that next swing. So,
It's doubly valuable.
yeah, it's
So Singh decided to take the 2. And yep, red Blade
yeah,
Runner
there it
going
is.
across. Pushing an extra. Oh, no, it'll be the next one. Gets
Yep,
+3.
on the next one. Okay, so he's pitching to bracers. So that's 1, 3, and 2. That's 6 or 7, depending on how Viserai blocks. Now I'm interested to see what's doesn't was that a oh that was a yellow Blade Runner. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm curious
Ooh.
of what we're using armor already.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Stroke.
And a stroke. I like that.
3 more.
So the giveaway there, that Josh had another attack reaction there was he pitched a whole card for bracers, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he could have used that card to just block the Rosetta Thorn damage and kept the skull cap.
Yeah.
So I think that was a giveaway. I don't know if the Viserai player just didn't care or, maybe knew that that was happening, but that was a pretty easy giveaway on the fact that Josh had a little something else.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like the Viserai player kept their entire hand with the card in arsenal, deciding to block with the Bloodsheath Skeleton. So maybe we're going to see something this turn.
That sounds like a Mordred tied into some stuff. Maybe a Sonata. I'd love to see it. Let's see. Well, it's not Mordred tied, or he would have done snap played it.
True.
That's the easiest decision you make as Viserai is playing that first. Guess we'll see. So I think Josh's plan right now, after seeing Viserai take all that damage, is to immediately just slow the game down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because at 3 copper, all he has to do is get in 1 or 2 more licks and get a little bit more copper, and then just wait for that card.
Yep.
And staying at a healthy life. That way, Viserai can't, sneak in a Revel and do a bunch of arcane damage and stuff like that. So we'll see if Josh agrees.
Looks like Shing's kind of debating the right line of play here.
Yeah, it's just a symptom of Viserai because if you think about it, right? If you have 2 cards, Become the Arknight and Rattlebones,
Oof.
you can theoretically play any card in your deck or graveyard
Mm-hmm.
or attack from your
Any
graveyard.
attack.
So like Yeah, so like that, those two cards allow for what? Probably 20 different lines that you
Hmm.
could take. And it's just so that's why, Viserai is like has a it's not too difficult to get going, but to really play the deck really well, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure.
And the scariest part is, usually when somebody takes a whole bunch of damage,
Hmm.
they know exactly why they did it,
Yep.
and they don't take very long to, jam their cars down. They play that Mount Heroic or something crazy,
Yeah.
and start going for it. But no, he's got a tough line that he's trying to figure out, which is totally understandable in that
Hmm.
deck.
Oh, yeah,
See,
there's the oath.
become the Art Knight.
Yeah. Or sorry, yeah, become the
Right.
Arknight.
Yep. And so he got rid of an attack, and so he's going to search for a non-attack. Could
Sonata.
be Mordred Tide,
Yep,
Sonata. Yep.
Sonata. Yeah, looks
Yep.
like Sonata.
Okay. The question is you're going to get a little bit of rune chance before playing it? Because right now it's
Maybe he's sitting on a Rebel.
well, with the rebel you have to attack first.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the condition you can play the rebel without attacking, it just doesn't generate the rune chance. But you
Gotcha.
would create one from Viserai. But yeah, if he had an attack that had go again and a revel, and then pops Galita into that would be super strong.
Ooh,
Or an
Galita.
Arnite shard.
Yeah.
That never hurts.
Into a Spellblade Assault.
Okay, so I see the play. So now he's stacked four, and then what's going to happen is he has one floating currently.
Hmm.
He's going to use that one to pop creepers, and then pop Skeleta to move in with the Sonata. And at that point, he will have six in the back, or five in the back. He'll do X is two. He'll reveal five cards, hopefully hit two, and attack again, basically.
Yep. There we go.
That's what we're
Spellbound
looking at.
Creepers.
Yep. And then we also have the Arsenal card, so maybe that's a little something else
Yeah,
spicy.
yeah. Blood Sheath going off.
Should be X is two, so he'll reveal five, and he'll also generate one
Create one on the back.
from
Yep.
playing it. Yeah.
One hit.
Perfect split, Revel. Oh, double Revel.
Oof.
All right,
Only
so
one.
unfortunately that was a big whiff, and it was a red.
Yeah.
So that's very fortunate for Josh, not so much for Shing. Doesn't mean he doesn't have like a decent. I don't know what's in his arsenal. Um, but
If
worst
he's
case scenario, right now he can pitch and swing for two and five.
He could also swing in the Spellblade Assault, right? Because the cost is reduced by 5 right now.
It
Because
is.
he,
That's right. Yep.
Cause he popped
Yep.
Blood Sheath.
So
Yep, and
yep.
that's looks like what he's going to be doing.
So that's 4, 5. That's 9, and it makes two in the back, three in the back
3 in the back.
because you
Yep.
get one for playing it. Yep. And definitely not bad. Josh is taking it. That's got to be scary for the for the Viserai player because that means he's
Not
gonna
even
about
an
to
armor
crack
block
back.
at this
Nothing.
point.
He-
Oh, he's putting down the die. Really
I
considering
mean,
it then.
yeah. I'm guessing that we're either gonna see a courage and a dynamo block and skullcap as well.
Yeah, you got to get that
If I-
value off the
Right.
dynamos.
And probably courage as well.
Oh, no,
Nope,
no
keeping the
courage.
courage. Okay. Fancy's got something. Okay, red driving plate.
Red.
That's
It's
good.
5 or 6 go again.
So 5 or 6. So we're starting to get to that life total where really whoever's the first one to get down to anywhere between like 3 and 6, really you start playing with 2 or 3 card hands, and basically it just comes down to who can do that more efficiently. Normally, Rune Blades are the best class to play with half hands. The exception is, of course, Kassai, where you can't accurately block, right? You know, you throw those cards down and they attack reaction, and then your block becomes not so much.
The more you block, the worse it becomes.
Right, exactly. So it'll be interesting to see when we get down to those life thresholds.
Oh, he elects.
Wow, there it is.
Yep. 2 or 3. Maybe a red in the swing.
So I think here maybe he took that damage to turn on Skullcap, and he's gonna throw in all the armor, and just say maybe not creepers. He might keep those, but 4 block here. I don't think there's a card in Kassai's deck that can pump that by enough, because you'd have to pump it a good bit.
Collecting
Yeah, he'd have
4 with armor. Oh,
he'd have,
sigil.
no, that's good.
That was a good bait.
See, that's the value of Warrior. He just chipped away 2 armor for absolutely no reason. Just because you just demand the respect. That's the value of playing Warrior. Now Viserai's got a whole hand, 3 rune chance with the opponent at 10 life. And a Mordred Tide. That's the worst thing you could see if you're Josh. Oh wow, into a Marin. Goes to 5. We could see a Knight's Blade here.
Yep. Oof. Rattlebones.
That's another 2. I haven't seen him block with 1, so I'm not sure. Maybe he's just going to go for that red Spellblade Assault again?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
poking with the composite damage.
It makes 5 in the back because the Mordred Tide's active. And it has Go again because of the Marin. Oh, he's going to draw a card. Okay, interesting. So now we got 3 and 7. We're making 2 in the back. He drew a card. It has Go again from Marin Skies. If the 3 hits, he makes 2 rune chance. That's not going to happen. Josh is going to block it with
armor.
Yeah.
So that's 7's coming through.
Oof. So I think we're in a situation where, because Mordred Tide, he still has creepers.
Yep.
So if he has any non-attack action in his deck to create rune chance, he wins the game because he just plays it, gets 2, that's 4, then Rosetta Thorn. And that's the exact one you want, so that's game. That makes 5, 7, that goes to 9.
Way too many.
Yeah. And then you just swing Rosetta and win. Wow.
9, 2, and 2.
Wow. Tempo Viserai. Gotta love it.
Wow.
Gotta love it.
Revel in Rune Blood. Card of the night.
That is something. Holy cow.
Well, Nathan, how does it feel to be the...
It feels good, but it's not ideal. It's not what we want. It's not what we want. Not what we want.
Hello.
Well, Runeblade confirmed strong. What am I gonna?
Oh man,
Shing confirmed extra strong.
that was something.
GG.
That was something.
He was like, I think I'm gonna have a big turn. I'm like, uh-oh. Shing is very humble when he says, I think I'm gonna have a big turn. I'm like, this is gonna hurt a lot. Yep. Very, very well played. Can you talk a little bit about your deck before?
Yeah, this deck is kind of it's not mid range anymore. It's kind of aggro in that sense. Because I play a lot of Sky in this deck, so I can utilize my weapons very well. And also the new card that we found in Runeblood is kind of good synergy with the weapon swinging because you don't have to save Wound Chain for the next turn. And it's kind of different from the Viserai before because this deck can't play reduce to Wound Chain anymore because you are play around your weapons, so your Wound Chain is using anyway, so you can have the reduce on the cost. And also I think it's a really big combo deck.
Yeah, if you can string the correct cards together, namely Mordred tied with stuff, it's definitely pretty good. Can you talk a little bit about Drawn to the Dark Dimension, the 2-cost 3 attack?
Yeah, this is a
costs less with draw card.
Yeah, this is a very good card that I have been testing this Tuesday because
it's a common from Arcane Rising. I think a lot of people have not seen this card. It costs 2, but it gets reduced for each rune chant you control, and it says draw card, attacks for 3, blocks for 3. So you kind of combine this with the Spellbound Creepers or with Rattlebones.
Yeah, and also, because, as you say, I got Spellbound Creepers and Rattlebones, which can help me to create more action point, so I can. Then this deck can create Wound Chain so easily that I can easily get a
get it for free.
Here. And it's used to be a Night Strike, but I think that card is not that good anymore in this deck, so I just replaced that card to something else.
It becomes attack for 3 for 0, draw a card, go again.
And also when create a Wound Chant.
And it creates a Rune Chant. So when Mordred Tide is out, it just represents so much value.
And that deck can go wide and 5 wide hero ability can be activated one more time. And it's also have good synergy with Sky, and I can use my weapon afterwards. So
Yep. Okay, so I mean that was well played from you. I didn't really get to show off too much about what Kassai is about, but with In the Swing, Outland Skirmish, Blade Runner, Blood on Her Hands, there's a lot of play that you there's a lot of value that you can gain with Kassai over the course of a medium to long game. But Viserai, I guess, has more value than me.
Because he's become kind
combine
of
your cards
right now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Very well played. So with that, I guess we can go back to the scorecard. Or are we already on the scorecard? I closed the stream. So, all right. So the final result for tonight was 6-1. Nathan gatekeeping the sweep. Good job. Although, I think you kind of had the easiest matchup, I guess. Some might say. But that was a very, very, very good performance from the Hong Kong All Stars. Just want to thank. So you're the only representative here, Shing. So I'll thank you, and you could tell the team thank you as well. It's always nice to. It's always great to play against you guys. I miss Hong Kong a lot. I will return someday soon to sharpen my steel against you guys. Or you guys can come over here and
for the Pro Quest.
Come play come play not in the Pro Quest, the Pro Tour.
Or Pro Tour, yeah.
Well, Hong Kong will have lots of people with invites. Don't worry about that. They have
but
90-day XP easy.
The situation is not that good, so.
That's the only unfortunate thing is the travel situation is not ideal, but hopefully later in 2022 or 2023 we'll see. We'll be able to see you guys in action. As I've said, I've told the Americans many times that you guys are the real deal. And I think it kind of showed us today what just the strength of Hong Kong. And you guys utilized the new cards very well into decks that were strong already. further
Yeah.
fortifying them. I think you guys did well, and it's really great to play with you guys. 6-1. That is the score. Nathan, Michael, Shing, you got anything else to say?
Yeah, thanks for hosting the event. Really good to play again, you guys too. So hope we can do a CC version next time because I love playing CC more than Blitz.
Yeah,
So
I
much,
think
so-
both teams enjoy playing CC
Yeah.
much more. However, Everfest gave us so many Blitz tools. We're like, well, we gotta show off some of the new tools that Blitz has. Plus, it's a little bit quicker of an event. You know, what time is it now? It's like 1:30. So yeah, we spent like 3-4 hours on this. It's not bad. All good. Michael, Nathan, you guys got anything to say?
No, just great games. Good job to both teams. It was a great show. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and thank you, Michael, for helping us host this. I appreciate it, and thanks to both teams. It's great. Some of these Hong Kong players, it's a good opportunity to play against some of the best players in the world, for sure. And I would love to get some CC matches in. It was fun, and glad other people enjoyed it. We had a lot of people watching. I think we were up to like 90 or something at one point.
We might have even crossed 100. Yeah,
right.
I don't know. So yeah, I guess the VOD will be on the channel very soonish. I guess we'll ask Kyle about that. So yeah, that's that. That's all we got from us. Wherever you guys are around the world, we hope you guys are doing well. Take care and play more Fab.
That's it.
See you guys.
Have a good night.
We're out.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for the event. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
All right.